Hello, everybody, and welcome to the classes. It's a little early. Thought I'd come in and say hello, answer any questions y'all might have, so forth. Hi, Kathleen. You got a thunderstorm? We're supposed to get them tonight and tomorrow. Hey, RD. Then you're going to get a blizzard. Oh, my goodness. I don't want a blizzard. Don't want storms. We've been rocking and rolling all day today, though. It's windy here. It got up. We got up this morning. Beautiful blue sky. Sun was out, and then guess what? Hi, Pam. It turned cloudy. That's all I got to say. And the winds picked up. Hi, Tracy. I'm tired today. I've got a bum knee. Hi, Jeremy. Don't ask me what I did to it. I woke up and it was swollen like you did. So it's not hurting. It's just swollen. I'm thinking it may be Arthur causing it. It's just a hindrance. And it doesn't like to be folded up because it's as big as my thigh. I ain't lying. I went to put my knee brace on and couldn't even get the thing on because my knee's swollen bigger than the brace will allow. Hi, Carol. Unihin, how are you? Carol's in Western New York. Where are you at, Yin? Yeah, I agree with you, Jeremy. It's the weather. Well, we had cold temps the last 2 days, and now we've got what's currently 78 degrees. Now, mind you, yesterday it was 62 in the daytime, but it got down to 37 last night. We are now at 78. The weather's driving me nuts. Hi, Aurora. Mwah. Pam's in Northeast Kentucky. Pam, you're going to do snow or deep sea diving this week? I know the tornadoes are supposed to be ridiculous. We may or may not get the winds and tornadoes and stuff like that. We're watching it closely. If it gets to be hazardous, we'll move. That's a nice thing about living in an RV. You take your house with you. You refuse, huh? Okay. Somebody turned in a sample on the site. I haven't had a chance to look at it of the cabone ring napkin rings, and I haven't had a chance to look at it. I'll look at it after class. It's been a hectic morning today, so I won't tell you, but I got a new camera mount. Hi, San. New Orleans. Awesome. Mardi Gras time. Mardi Gras time. I went to Mardi Gras years ago. Years ago. I was a young girl and I had the time of my life. There's nothing any better than Mardi Gras. If you want to have a good time, Mardi Gras is the place to go. Although it may have changed since I went. When I went, it was nothing but dancing and beads and having fun. I know today's the last day. You are going tonight? French Quarter is beautiful. I have to say, I love the wrought iron in the French Quarter. We'll get back down there sometime. We did travel through on our way to Texas. You don't do Mardi Gras? Oh well. I guess if you've been once, you haven't missed much. If you don't go again, I don't know. I've There's people that we've met on in our travels, and they say they've been, and then they go back, and they're like, so uh, yeah, Aurora, it's there's all kinds of crazy weather between us and you. That has a lot to do with it because we run satellite. We got about 4 minutes. Everybody ready to learn this technique today? It could be Pam. I don't know. When I went down there, we had to go down there back when I was paying my way through college. A lot of y'all don't know this. I caught chickens for a living to pay my college tuition. You'll do anything to pay your college tuition, trust me. Just about anything. And we was down there, we was moving some chickens down there. And the last day we were there, we all went got together and we went to Mardi Gras. So I was pretty safe because there was guys and girls on the crew, and the guys sort of watched out for us. So we didn't have any problems, but we did have fun. We didn't go to drink or nothing like that. It was just go to have fun. All right, sounds good, Sansky. Hi, Robin. Now, I like Pigeon Forge. We got married in Gatlinburg. Dennis and I did. One of the wedding chapels. It was a halfway point between families. That way, nobody had to travel a long distance. I think it was like 2.5 hours for my family and 2.5 hours for his family. And of all times to get married, we got married on Valentine's Day. And when you get married at one of the chapels there, they give you these coupons for all these activities to do, like Ripley's and all that. Well, they didn't tell us they rolled up the sidewalks the day after. So we had to do nothing. There wasn't even a hamburger joint open. Hi, Joanne. Aurora stands for beautiful. Did you know that, Pam? That's what Aurora means. Beautiful. And I have to say, Aurora is very beautiful. She's got a beautiful heart, absolutely beautiful heart. And the rest of her just shines. We've been best buds, God, how many years? 14, 15? That's a long time, ain't it, Aurora? Robin, hello. Anyway, guys, your homework, I've seen most of it. Okay. I've commented on some of it, but I want you to know you just brighten my day every time y'all put homework up. I'm serious. I just love looking at it. Hi, Mavis. Glad you made it. Now, I want to tell you, Katia was going to be here, but she said she couldn't make it today. Hi, Anna Maria. So I don't know why or anything. I didn't have a chance to ask her. If anybody knows if she's okay, let me know. Hi, Jax. All right. Now, before we get started, Mary Jane's in the house, so everybody say hi to Mary Jane. It just makes her day. Yeah, the camera just faded. Why? I don't know. Just had an issue there. So everybody say hi, Mary Jane. It makes her day. It makes her happy. It makes her very happy. And if we can bring a smile to somebody's face every day for no reason at all, it's a good day. No, you won't, Pam. We are in the class of, remember, folks, we all learn typosis. Okay? That's number one learning in here. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, it does, Mavis. It sure does. Hi, Janella. Hi, everybody's coming in. She said she was getting wind and rain. So I hope she stays in the clear of the tornadoes. Hi, Anna. All right, Anna, I looked at your homework. I am impressed, my dear. All right, y'all may hear Dennis in the background. He's in a conference call. Don't ask. I don't even know what they're talking about. Hi, Carol. Yes, I did look at it. And yes, I commented. And yes, it was pretty. But don't push yourself, babe. I don't want nobody to push themselves. If you get behind, you just get behind. Take your time. One step at a time. Baby steps. All right. Now, any questions from last week? Any? I know I went over it the week before and last week because we had glitchy teacher. I'll put it that way. It was a glitchy teacher. You haven't done a stitch since you showed me my homework. Showed me your homework. Okay. Don't read and talk at the same time. Trust me, it's almost as bad as the typosis. Yes, you are a good girl. Hi, Coretta. Well, we got a packed house today. All right, Pam, I just got a message. You need to approve Coretta's playing with Picos comment. Can you do that for me real quick? Or is it my mail's that slow? All right, Jax is excited. Yes, y'all click on that thumbs up. Increase our algorithm. Now, I'm going to go through the spiel. Okay, we run these classes on a donation basis only. I've been forking out the do re mi to run the classes to keep them going in the website. Now, I'm going to be quite frank and quite honest with everyone. It is expensive. The things that I have to purchase, the things I have to pay for on this class. The website alone is expensive. I got a request about the Bella files. Okay. Lady wrote in asking me, I didn't send Murphy to your house. His cousin's there. He's got cousins all over this country, Tracy. I'm telling you. Because he was here today when I was setting up for class. All right. Anyway, the stuff I've been putting up on the website comes from Georgia's files. But I want to tell you, there is Bella files in our files. Some of that documentation is in our files. files. There's some that's not. Sue Fuller, she teaches design. She wrote to Georgia to get permission, written permission, to move those files in with the class files. Now, what she's doing, she would have to explain. Trust me, it's Greek to me when it comes to tech. And needless to say, we have permission to incorporate those files in with the class files where there's missing information that needs to be added. Okay? Everything that pertains to Georgia and the information she used in classes on Bella, those belong to Georgia. And Georgia has the rights to do what she wants to do with everything. And she's handed off different tasks for different folks. Okay. Everybody's got their hands in Georgia's massive amount of work she did for the tatters. Okay. So I got the classes. Sue got Bella. If I'm wrong, if I'm right, I don't know for sure. I know Nanetta and Muscan and Anita were working on the Indrux project for Georgia. The APL, which is the Antique Pattern Library, was finishing up the work basket books that Georgia had gotten permission to post. And there's so much other stuff that Georgia was involved in, but everything that has Georgia's name on it, Georgia owns. Okay. She handed these classes off to me. I have paid for everything, the website, the whole 9 yards. All right. And it's to keep her legacy alive. All right. I'm not looking to make a profit off of anything. Never was, never will. Okay. I made a commitment to her. I made a commitment to you all to make sure these classes stay free. Okay. And with that, I pay the cost. All right. And it is expensive. I won't lie. And as things go up in price, there may be things I have to drop. Okay. Because it is very imperative the website continues. Okay. It is imperative these classes continue. Everything else will fall to the wayside. Okay. But when you all write me and say, can you get permission or can you take over? I can't walk in there and just take something over. If I don't own it, I can't take it over. I do own the classes. I do not own the information. The information the classes own. Okay. With that, if someone asks, can I use this pattern to teach a class? I cannot give you that permission. It's against the law for me to do that, because that is the designer's intellectual property. Just like Coretta being in here. She taught a class on how to do her rose bookmark, beautiful bookmark, by the way. I can't give you permission to use that to teach. I don't own that pattern. Coretta does. And if you want to teach it, you must go to Coretta. Okay? You cannot come to me. You have to go to Coretta. Not that I wouldn't love to be able to give you permission. It's against the law. I don't want to go to jail. I go to jail, everything stops. Because remember, my pocketbook is what's keeping it going. Okay? Does everybody understand that? I don't want to put anybody off or offend anyone, but that needed to be said. And I get letters like that all the time. And I figure I've got to get the point home so that y'all can understand. I'm not being mean and nasty. I'm abiding by the law. Okay? And I will stand by that law. Now, I could preach copyright till the cows come home. That is the most boring class you could ever have. All I can do is stand by the law. And when it comes down to the brass tacks, I will quote it to you. Okay? I'm not going to break the law for my kids. I'm not going to do it for anybody else either. Okay? So remember, if you want permission of a pattern, You have to go to the designer. If you want to take that pattern, tat it up, sell it, whatever, the finished piece, that's your prerogative. But you have to mention who designed it. If you take and you tat up floret edging, because that's on my brain, you tat that up and you sell it, you have to name Joelle Paulson as the designer to sell it. You have to put it on your little business card. You are right, Sansky, just like musicians' copyrights. Do you know YouTube watches my video to make sure after I'm done teaching you, it has to go through copyright law. And if they catch anything that I violated copyright on, they're going to flag me and they're going to say, we need your permission slip to use that. And I have to turn it in. I have gotten flagged on patterns that I shared in the class, and I had to send in my copy of the permission slip. So the stuff that's not up on the site, the reason it's not there is I have not found the permission slip yet. They're in the files. I don't put up anything that doesn't have a permission slip, because if I'm going to use it in class, I want to make sure I don't get in trouble and we get shut down because I didn't find the permission slip. So remember, it's going to take some time. Yes, Mavis, you can share them with me, but odds are we've already got them in the files. To be honest, because Georgia had a huge library. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've never seen a library like that one before. You got it, Sansky. Anything, copyright law, I'm going to give you the downside version of it, okay? Copyright law is 70 years after death, as long as a family member has not renewed that copyright. Okay? Copyrights must be renewed every 10 years. All right? There are some countries that do not hold reciprocal code with us. There are other countries that do. But if you come in this class, you have to abide by the copyright laws that we stand up for. Okay? We protect the designers. And the reason we protect the designers, without them, we would not have a class. Does that make sense? We love our designers. Okay? Our designers are the best thing since sliced cheese, trust me. Because they're the ones that provide the free patterns. Now, we also have designers that come in and look for, wait a minute, think about this, test tatters. If you would like to be a test tatter for a designer, put your name in the kitty. They're always looking for it for their next book. Okay? You could be someone that aids in the forthcoming pattern libraries that we have. So there you go. Now that's all we're going to talk about, copyright. Now we're going to talk about this pesky little bugger called the balanced double stitch. Okay, it's also called the double stitch. All right. Now, I want to say thank you to Yvonne for your donation last week. I got it. Thank you very much. Now, that balanced double stitch is a lifesaver if you're working on chains, come on, mouth work, that are 15, 30, 40, and 50 double stitches long, or rings that are that long, that big. Because what happens is that starts getting twisted and curled, and it's all misshapen, and there is no fixing that. However, the balanced double stitch or the double stitch will save your bacon. Both names are the same technique. Okay. There was two people that developed it, Jane Everall and Ruth Berry. Most people know Ruth by Rosella Linden. Okay. They both developed their own way of doing it. But today we're doing the balanced double stitch because it is the simplified version of it. Okay. It's very easy to do. And I will show you both needle and shuttle today because I had some requests for needle. And I think my students that requested it are in the class. So I am going to show it on needle. Again, I am not a needle tatter, folks. I know how to needle tat. I know many techniques on needle. I don't like needle tatting. Okay. To me, I don't like jumping through fiery hoops to do a technique. Okay. And needle tatting can get that way. When I'm working on something, I want it to look pristine. I want it to look like it did 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, even 100 years ago. Okay. Yep. And it's the easiest thing you can do. Hi, Brenda. Glad you can make it. Aurora, John is her husband. It's Brenda. Brenda's the lady. So, what I'm going to do is take the camera and go down here, and we're going to do this. We are going to do this and have some fun today. I did not post any patterns because tonight I want you guys to work on this. Now, everybody got a good shot at this. Can y'all see everything pretty well? Because I'm going to have to zoom in so you can see how this thing flips around. All right. I don't want to get out of shot. All right. I need to get a clip. There we go. Now, I'm going to just do the chain version because it's easier right now. But this you can practice with your rings. Okay. And you can do however you want to do. I'm going to show it today. Actually, that video, Anna, was done in 2007 or 8. It didn't make it to YouTube until 2015. I've got videos that I have recently found that I had done for Georgia that I never even turned into Georgia. Why? I don't know. No telling what happened. All right, so for the balanced double stitch, first of all, we want to let's do us a chain of 5 double stitches so you can see how this thing looks, okay? Because we're going to compare it to regular double stitches so that you can see exactly what this thing will do for you. All right, I got 4 double stitches, and we're going to put our 5th one in here. Now, folks, I'm going in. Close your eyes so we don't get dizzy. Let me move over here. Now, y'all ready? First thing you're going to do is make your first half of your double stitch. Flip it. Y'all got that? Give me a thumbs up if you got it. Because this is the technical part of it we're coming into. All right. We're going to take our shuttle. Make sure you're using a shuttle that's got a pick or one of these little picks here, or a crochet hook, you know, that kind of thing. Now, take your shuttle and go back down in there. See that loop? You're going back in there. Pull it through. And it may be a little snug. Play with it. Get it down in there. Once you get it in there, watch what we're going to do. Watch this thread. See how it's twisting and it's moving over? You just created 2 half stitches right there. That's your first part. Now, you want to tighten that up. Make sure your legs are side by side. Straighten everything up. Line everything up. Pull it over. Gently, gently. You want 2 legs. Now, let's do our second half. We're going to do the second half. Bring it in and flip. All right. Guess what we're going to do this time? We're going to go on the back side of that loop and straight up through it. Everybody see that? And now we're going to pull it over. Now this, with Elizabeth, it tends to get squiggly. So I like to walk it over gently. It is worth taking time to do this. because you're going to get 4 legs. Let me let it, come on, come on. Zoom in, zoom in. Yeah, got it. You got 4 legs and a cap. So you now have 2 double stitches side by side. You see it? Let's do that again. Let's put 1 single double stitch in between the 2. We're going to do it again. The first half, flip it, pull it down to where you've got your loop that's pretty big. Come on the back side. And the way you're going to know you're going the right way, let me show you. You see this thread here? That one there? It's going down in through the loop and coming in on the back. All you're going to do is go down in that loop again. Okay? Everybody see that? Now, pull it closed. Pull it on over, pull it on over, pull it on over. All right? Let's do the second half. Same deal. Flip it, pull it down, and look, your thread is coming up. Whoops, out of camera, sorry. The thread's coming up and over. Take that shuttle around and up. Pull it tight and bring it down. Play with it, and then you get your double stitch or your balanced double stitch. And it looks, the only difference is the cap is a little bigger. But if you do these like 3 or 4 in a row, guess what? It's even Steven. Now, as you practice it, you'll find your caps are going to begin to look together. Okay, they're going to look even. But every one of these balanced double stitches counts for 2 stitches. So if you put in 1 balanced double stitch, you count it as 2. Okay? Yes, Monique does the double stitch. That's the difference. This one is easier and it looks more like a double stitch, but you count it for 2. Okay? Yeah, this is really easy. Now, let's move to the needle version on this. All right, let me zoom out. I don't like being that close. Let me get a tatting needle. Yes, I own tatting needles, folks. Why do I own tatting needles? Can anybody answer that? I think Pam and Teresa could probably answer that. All right, that or that. Let me see. It's that one. Yeah, that's my 3. I'm working with size 10 threads, so I'm going to use a size 5 needle. Okay, and this is my 5 needle. Now, how did I know that? Because I have needle tatted. See, there's the 5 on our picot gauge. From Handy Hands, you measure your needle here. This is a 5. So yeah, like I said, I can needle tat. I don't like to needle tat. Okay, I love shuttle tatting, and everybody has that, but I use needle tatting for techniques that need to be needle tatted. Yes, I did have a class that you learned from, Sansky. Sure did. All right, now we're going to do this on needle. All right, so I can show you guys the easy peasy way to do a balanced double stitch on needle. Because you're going to need to practice this, because we are going to do this again next week with a pattern, so you can see it in action. Yes, I have a pattern picked out, a pretty one. All right, now when I needle tat, that's all the thread I have. It's about 12 inches of a tail. All right, so that should tell you how much I needle tat with. All right, first thing you're going to do is wrap your hand the first time and then wrap it a second time. You see that? I've got 2 threads on my finger. Run your needle up under those 2 threads and you'll see it flipping and doing its little curly cue. That's your first half of your balanced double stitch. Second half on needle, you do the same thing, opposite direction. You wrap your hand twice. 1, 2. Needle up, pull it down, tighten it all together. Watch it. It's coming in. We're going to have us a double stitch right there on the needle. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Let me zoom it in so y'all can see the double stitch. There she is. I'll do it again. Twice on the finger, under both. I got very little screenshot space to work with. Pull her down. On the finger, twice, come up, and pull her down. And you now have 2 balanced double stitches side by side. Now, how easy is that, folks? How easy? And it, all you got to do is make sure your legs lay side by side. They've got to be side by side so you see 4 legs. You've got to have 4 legs. Remember, the double stitch is 2 pant legs and a waistband. All right? Monica, how have you been? I haven't seen you in an age. Awesome sauce, awesome sauce. All right, so let me switch back to the other camera. Oh, my nose is itching. I'm sitting in the middle of a bunch of pine trees and I'm allergic to them. Oh, Lord, I haven't seen you. It's so great to have you back. All right. So with this, let me ask a question. How many of you would use this? Because I'm going to tell you, if you've got lengthy chains, it stops the twist immediately. The minute you start seeing your chains twist, you use a balanced double stitch. The minute you see it start twisting, you can use them anywhere in that pattern you need to. You can use it on a ring. Okay? You can use it anywhere in the pattern you need to use it. Okay? And it counts 2 stitches. Remember that. It counts for 2 stitches. So you do 1 balanced double stitch, it counts for 2 double stitches. Hello. Boy, we got some late bloomers here. Let's see, who else is here? All right, so for homework tonight, guys, I want to see on Facebook everyone tatting a chain with several balanced double stitches, and I want to see that your legs are right next to each other. They have to sit next to each other, just like they do when you're tatting a double stitch. Yeah, Mike Lyon uses it a lot in his patterns because his patterns are lengthy. You'd use 15. But you'll still end up with 30 stitches. Hi, Deborah. Now, wouldn't this make it easier to do Mike Lyon's pattern, Sharon? Yeah, it would be half the number of stitches. If you replaced every double stitch with a balanced double stitch, it would be half as many stitch count. Okay? but you would still end up with 30 double stitches. Hi, Derby. Does that make sense, Anna? Yes, there's an earring pattern. We're going to do it next week. Uh, but you can use it for an earring, or follow me on this, guys. You use it for an earring, a pendant, or an ornament. Right. It is used in Ruth Perry's Bat Wings. He may, if he's using, Sharon, if he's using the double stitch, now that ratio is different. I don't mess with the double stitch. The balanced double stitch was the one that Georgia had requested for me to do. And like I say, I did the video for the needle tatters, but I never got the one for the shuttle tatters up. And I don't know why. It's not in the folder on the files that Georgia kept with my videos in it. So undoubtedly I never sent it to her, or I never got it done, or whatever. We looked at the old hard drive and it's not on there either. So but she never requested the double stitch, just the balanced double stitch. It could be Pam. I don't put nothing past him. They are the same thing, and they are done two different ways. Jane Everall's is the double stitch, and Ruth Perry's is the balanced double stitch. I'm not going into the argument over that one. But they're done differently, and one of them, it's a little more difficult to accomplish than the other, and I'm thinking it's the double stitch. I'm not sure. Georgia never sent me the documentation on it, and there is nothing in the files on it that I can find. I'll have to look and see if Sue knows where it could be. But and we've got a program on the computer that searches everything. And yes, you did, Monica, and yes, you can watch it later. Unless you want me to do it again, I will do it again. I don't mind at all. I got time. Hi, Sue. Question: is there documentation for the double stitch in the files? I couldn't find it, and I did the search on the files and can't find anything on it. I found information on the balanced double stitch, but not much. Okay, Aurora. Yes, they are. That's what I thought. They're the same thing. It's just, it's like the difference between the Catherine wheel join and what's the other name for it? Oh, Lord. Georgia had me study the names of every technique that had different names, but it was the same technique. And I would go through, if you watch the older videos, I would go through and it's called this and this and this and this and this and this and this, but it's the same thing. So the homework is I want you to tat a long chain using balanced double stitches in sporadic places. Yeah, they are the same result, but I know Jane's is just a hair different than Ruth's, because Ruth told me that when I went to the tea with her. She said there's not much difference between the two in the way that they're created. But Georgia said to just do the balanced double stitch that Ruth did. So there we go. All right, homework. do me a long chain with several balanced double stitches. I want you to do a big ring with several balanced double stitches. I want to see the 4 legs. 1 cap, 4 legs. Ah, Jane sent it to me. The double stitch. Pam, it's in the email. Jane, if you're in here, hi. Yeah, it adds dimension to it. Hi, Karen. All right, let me go see this email real quick. Okay, guys. It just came in. Okay, that email's not working too well. Let's try this again. All right. Jane said the stitch came from Rebecca Jones many years ago. Ruth put a copyright notice on it and it's still there. Okay. I doubt it can be enforced though. I don't think it can, Jane, because you can't copyright techniques. Thank you for that information. Let me copy this, if you don't mind, and share it to class. All right, here we go. Hi, Eastland. All right, there we go. This is what Jane sent. Okay, this is Ruth Perry's balanced double stitch. Now, I know there was a video on it too that I have not been able to locate. It was a grainy video. That's how old it was. Okay. Eastland's given copyright for designing board games. Yeah, I know about that. My mom designed a game years ago. Got it copyrighted. And the copyright's still in force. She gave that to my older sister. The game when she passed away, my older sister got it. So, yes, if you did 12 Sansky balanced double stitches, it counts as 24 double stitches. Everybody got that count right? And y'all understand how it counts as 2? Y'all thank Jane for sharing with us. Yes, Brenda, I sure will. Let me go to the down shot and let me get it done. Let me zoom it in. All right. See if we can get it to work for us. All right, we're up close and personal here. How's that? All right, now I'm going to show it on needle, then I'm going to show it on shuttle. Okay, on needle, you're going to wrap your hand for the first half of that double stitch once and twice. You pull it in. Okay, once, twice on the second half. Bend your finger over. That's right. I don't needle tack. Can you tell? and you pull it in. And what you end up with is a double stitch, if it'll focus. Y'all see it? You got one cap and you've got a balanced double stitch. You got one here and you got one over here. There's 4 legs. Okay? So there you go. That's the needle version. All right? Now, we're going to do the shuttle version. All right? You're going to do the first half of that double stitch, pull it down till it pops. You see the way that thread's going down through this hole, this loop, coming out on the back side? You're going to follow your shuttle right back through there. Okay? It's going to be a little snug. Let it be snug. It'll give where it needs to. And then pull it down. As you're pulling it, it's going to try to twist and do all kinds of craziness. Let it do its thing. And then once you get it in position, take the pick. Make sure you've got a pick or a crochet hook, folks. And straighten your legs out. That's the double stitch right there. It just doesn't have a cap. When we do the second half, we're going to give it a cap. Okay? So, pop that in. And you see how that thread is going under and through the loop and out? See that? Well, you are going to follow that thread back up through that loop. And you're going to pull it in. And as you're pulling it over, you're bringing your cap in, your waistband, whatever you want to call it. And you've got your 4 legs. It's really easy. How do I stiffen earrings? I don't usually make earrings out of cotton thread, Yanahan. I use actual penny thread, which the only place you can get penny thread is from Italy. Okay, and I have some. Lisa at Tatting Corner used to have penny thread. I don't know if she still carries it or not. She might. But in replacement of penny thread, you can use Ceylon nylon thread, and it will stiffen on its own. You don't need to add anything to it. If you use cotton thread with wear and tear, earrings get wear and tear, believe it or not, it's going to fuzz. Okay. You can use glue. Okay. And you can glue it. All right. And when you glue it on wax paper, because wax paper will not adhere glue. Okay. So you lay your piece out on wax paper, put glue on it, let it sit and dry, and that will stiffen it. All right. Got another email from Jane. Let me see what we got here. Okay. She's saying that she needs to add that both the double stitch and the balanced double stitch were developed by the 2 of us from that same page in Rebecca's book. I can't get to the book at the moment as I'm moving houses. You be careful, Jane. Don't you do nothing that can hurt you. All right? Thank you so much for contributing. We miss you. All right, did everybody get that? You didn't see the 4 legs at first, but you did see them on the second go, right? All right, let me switch back. You see why I didn't want to do a pattern today, because this, even though it's a simple technique, it's got a lot of questions. Everybody's got questions because it's not something that's common. Okay. But I want you to practice it because you're going to need it for the next class. We're going to do Karina's earrings, which is nothing but big rings. Okay, we're going to do that. And it's actual ankars. So if you all want to do it, in class next week and you want a pair of earrings, gather up your beads. I will send out after class today the pattern for you guys. Oh, thank you, Dorothy, for your donation. I didn't know we had got one, Pam. Thank you for letting me know. It is a cool stitch. And it takes that, yeah, practice it both rings and chains, okay? Because there's a trick to ankars that you can do. If you have a hard time with the big rings, you can do it in self-closing mock rings too. So there you go. We're going to have some fun. All right. We're going to have a lot of fun next week. And, you know, we're going to work on this. Every time I give you all a new technique, we got to work a pattern on it so you can practice it. But I thought everybody needed something summery, and Karina's earrings are summery. If they ain't nothing else, they're summery. We do appreciate it. We do appreciate it. Yep, we always have fun. Oh, you're welcome, Teresa. I just know that we needed it for next week. And see, I thought if Katia was going to be here, I could just, you know, get her to do it tomorrow, but she's not here. And I'm not sure what's going on with her. So I thought I'd go ahead and show it. Yes. One balanced double stitch equals 2 stitches, folks. So if your pattern calls for 40 double stitches, and that's a lot, don't think it's not. If it calls for 40 double stitches, then what you want to do, okay, you want to divide that up. So you put in a balanced double stitch when it starts twisting, okay, and then you count that as 2. So you're counting and you say at the 15th one, you've got a twist coming in. All right, put in your balanced double stitch. That makes you 17 stitches. One balanced double stitch is 17 stitches. See, you jump from 15 to 17. Well, thank you, Anna. I try to be cool. At my age, it's hard to do. Anywho, next week, Sunday, remember, put your clocks forward. We're springing forward, folks. So make sure you set your clock so you don't miss class. But if you do, you can watch the replay. Remember, the chat goes with the video, but it doesn't come out to the day after the video. They have to make sure we're not using foul language in here. No, you don't have to acquire different thread. If you want to use cotton thread, that is fine. You can use any thread you want. It's just if you're going to wear your earrings a lot, just know the sweat and your body will make it frizzy. But if you glue it and lay it flat, that'll change it. And I'll show you the stuff that I use to stiffen mine. If you can find it, the only place I've been able to find it so far nowadays, I used to find it at Walmart all the time, but Walmart's not carrying it. Well, thank you. It's a sealer and it doesn't have a smell. Okay. It's a varnish that you use on craft projects and it'll stiffen it. And I'll show it to you next week. Not this week. If I show you too much stuff, y'all want to play too much and you need to practice. Yes, International Tatting Day is coming. Anybody seen what Handy Hands is offering for International Tat Days? I got the t-shirt. Okay. I also got this, the little coaster. I got last year's t-shirt. I got another t-shirt from her. Yes. Yeah, it's Personal Stalker. I'll show you guys. It's my Mia. She follows me everywhere. It says Personal Stalker will follow you wherever you go, bathroom included. And that's the truth. She lets me go nowhere without her. What is what? The coaster? It is a ceramic. I believe it's a ceramic coaster that Handy Hands offered. And I got one, and it says, enjoy tatting chocolate. Tatting and chocolate. International Tat Day, April 1st. Handy Hands. She's got one for crochet, and she's got one for tatting. And I don't know if she carries them anymore or not. I know she's my stalker. As I go up the steps, she taps me on the back of the leg to let me know she's there. It's like, yeah, I know that. She's hilarious. Where'd she go? She's run off. Daddy's opening a can, probably. All right. I know it. I got another one, though. I'll wear it next week. Y'all will like that one. So, with that, folks, we're going to call it a day. And I want to thank Jane again for her contributing. She's contributed so much to the online tatting classes over the years. And I got to see her this year at Tat Days. And she still looks young. I don't know why she's retiring. You know, she could pass for 50. I'm just saying. I look older than she does. But she had on the most beautiful pair of earrings. Beautiful, that she had made. They were tatted with beads. I'm just telling you. All right, let's see. Any questions? Any questions? Yeah, cats can stalk. We got a big cat. Teresa says it's a Maine cat. I don't know what a Maine cat is. I'm allergic to cats. But I love watching the cats around. And they let them roam free because there are mouse control. Okay. And so, anyway, there's this one cat that's big enough to be a small dog. She's bigger than my dog. And she lays up underneath the truck. And she just watches Mia as she goes outside. All right. I'm so glad you all came, and I'm so glad you learned something today. I thank you very much. And we will see you next week. Until then, I love you guys. Be safe. Don't overwork yourself, and take care of yourself. All right? And we'll see you next week, folks. Yeah, they're big cats. She lays out in the road, and it's like, is that a cat or is that a dog? But she's beautiful. Jet black. Jet black. Thank you all for coming, folks. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.